Hello class, I hope you're well. As you can remember, in the last lesson, we looked at asteroids, their types, and their locations. Well, today, let us look at some of the major asteroids. The first one, we have Vesta. It is very small. It has only 450 kilometers in diameter, but is brighter, although it can't be seen by naked eyes. We also have Pallas, then we have Juno. But we also have NEOs, which are near-Earth objects, and PHAs, which are potentially hazardous asteroids. Well, there are hundreds of asteroids which cross the Earth's orbit, and some of them have come close to Earth at about 600,000 kilometers. That is twice the distance from Earth to the Moon, whereas the distance from Earth to the Moon is about 300,000 kilometers. Although collisions between asteroids and Earth have not happened presently, but they have happened in the past. For example, we have the Barringer crater in Arizona, USA, which is a hole created by an asteroid which fell between 50,000 and 100,000 years ago. Some of the closest asteroids which have been seen near the Earth are Ida, which has its own little moon called Dactyl. Also Tartarus, which is 5 kilometers long. It passed about 8 million kilometers away from Earth in 2000. Now let us look at some of the journeys or missions which aimed at visiting some of these asteroids. The first one is Deep Space One, which passed close to asteroid called 1992 KD Brile in 1999. Then we had NEAR, which passed by and took photos, then it landed on an asteroid called Eris in the year 2001, February 12. Also there was JAXA Hayabusa, which visited the asteroid called Itokawa in the year 2005. Well, let us now learn something about comets. Well, they are like our messengers because they carry message or information from the solar system and take it out, and also they bring information into the solar system. But the informations are of how the solar system formed. So we are going to learn and look at the introduction, their structures, orbits, and types, and we are also going to look at the Oort cloud versus Kuiper belt, and we are going to look at some of the comets. Well, comets are objects or things which mostly have eyes and dust that grow tails when they reach or they approach the sun. Structure. All comets have a nucleus or a core, which is a rock or ice object, and when this nucleus passes close to the sun, the solar energy begins to heat the ice around the nucleus and turns it into a vapor or gas. The gas which forms a cloud around the nucleus is called a coma. Now, because of too much heat, the ice on the comet turns into solid, then it turns into liquid, then it turns into gas, then it turns into plasma very quickly, whereas the electrons are outside of the atoms. And these electrons form a tail which has a bluish color. Well, this is caused by the wind of particles from the sun. Then solar system radiation or heat waves from the sun push away dust particles which are on the nucleus, and these form dust tails which can be millions of miles long. We can see the dust, but very few times we can see the iron tail also. If a comet passes close to the sun many times, it can lose much of its ice and later it can be dark like an asteroid. Orbits and types. Well, there are mainly two orbits that comets have. There are long period orbit comets, which they take more than 200 years to enter and leave the solar system. And also they are short period orbit comets, which take less than 200 years to enter and leave the solar system. But all of these periodic comets have either prograde and retrograde orbits. Wait. Do you know the meaning of prograde and retrograde orbits? Well, it's simple. A prograde orbit is an orbit in which the comet spins in the same direction as the direction of its orbit, just like the same way Earth rotates or spins in the direction of its orbit around the Sun. But then a retrograde orbit is the one which the comet spins or rotates in the opposite direction from the direction of its orbit. Let's now look at Oort cloud versus Kuiper belt. Well, Oort cloud, this is a spherical shell of matter with a radius of about 65,000 astronomical units, and it contains trillions of comets and long period comets from this region. Well, these comets which come from the Oort cloud, they come from all directions into the solar system, and they come in prograde and retrograde orbits also. Kuiper belt. Well, this is a ring of icy objects which are far away from the orbit of Neptune, that is the 8th planet. It is around 30 to 50 astronomical units, that's around 6 to 10 trillion kilometers. And the short period orbit comets come from here, and also their orbits can be prograde or retrograde. Well, there are some famous comets. For example, we have Halley, Shoemaker-Levy 9, Hyakutake, West, and Halley-Pope. Well, that's all we have for today. See you in the next last episode of the small things in the solar system. My name is Dee Proxima, and thanks for watching.